Yo, yo, Afro, here representing Afro Polo. I'm going to do the second verse off of Use These Blues. The thing about rock bottom, there's no room to sink lower. Instead of thinking back, please think forward. Reach for a shoulder and fiend for your quota. A real human being will see you need closure. The earliest memories I remember were my mom's and pops when I was maybe 5, 6. They had Biggie, like Dead Wrong and Ready to Die CDs out of the case, and like Nas, Illmatic or Stillmatic, Lost Tapes. They would just have them scattered around. They had like a little music collection. My mom loved Tupac, my pops loved. They were more like West Coast stuff, but they had like a few Biggie in there. I remember hearing all that stuff, but I was still too young to really like stick to it. But when I was 9, I heard Rakim. It was Microphone Fiend, and I was like, "This is the illest shit I ever heard in my life." And it was like that was it. Like it was like glue. Hip hop was like glue. And once I heard Microphone Fiend, and the related searches were like Cool G Rap, KRS One, Daddy Kane, all these like guys that I was like, these guys are like God. So I found it all through that. Well, RA hooked us up. RA was like, "Yo, this is Afro Margot, and see if y'all can make some joints together." So gotta.
That's the short version of the story. Definitely, RA was the link between us. He brought him through. He's like, "Yo, I got this kid. He's real dope. I'm trying to connect him with some of my favorite producers." And thankfully, I'm included in that group, so we brought him through. And we recorded, I think we recorded a demo verse the very first session, which was the first verse on Swarm.
You gotta remember to tell yourself you're worth it. The serpent in your mind doesn't like you as a person, seeks out to hurt you. Yeah, it's always with you. And I know that it's a bitch to live through. Yeah, with the verses, one of my closest boys was going through like one of the worst chapters of his life, and I was like, still one of my close, like he's in my like tight circle, he's a circle, So he was doing terrible. He was just calling me up and like saying the worst shit ever. I was like, yo, what? I was like, yo, like this is crazy what you saying. So I had to it gave me the idea like, yo, like I gotta write something for my homie real quick. I gotta write something, and hopefully I can get through to him with these verses, and that was pretty much the main influence on those two verses. So, but you don't recognize the people in your life trying to teach you to strive, the tears in their eyes, when you be falling a weak demise, and the hurt is so deep inside of you, blinking and thinking, why am I even being alive, and why try to be the guy who finds beauty in life blind?
I wish I had a detailed memory of the day I made that beat. And it wasn't like he was in the studio for it. That was just one of those beats I made one day. I forget what the sources were. But it was just a beat, but it's actually different for me because usually my stuff's a bit more aggressive and up tempo and harder drums. But that was just a vibe I caught, and I sent it to Fro, and I guess it inspired that type of song. And then Eamon sang the hook, that kind of came together naturally. Like we weren't all together for that one. It was more like I made the beat one day. It was in the stash. We started working. I kept sending him beats, and that spoke to him. And I think he did it justice, and he caught the exact vibe of the feeling, the soulfulness. So for me, I'm still a fan after all these years, because after 10 years in the game making beats, like you can't help as a business person as well watch everything that's going on in terms of what's popular, this and that. And I've always struggled because my sound is my sound. I'm a sample-based producer. I love boom bap, and it's like all these new kids are slowly. Most of them are moving away from that sound, so it's a struggle sometimes. So I'll always keep an eye out for somebody who embodies those values. I'm not trying to keep the old stuff alive, but Afro just fits into that category where he's someone who just organically loves that sound. That's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to record. And he loves a lot of my favorite artists. We're both Gangstar fiends, you know what I'm saying? We both think Prima was a god. It was just naturally going to happen. So when we got in the studio, it wasn't, it just happened. It was meant to be. Like my sound meshes with him. Not to mention that he raps his ass off. You know what I'm saying? And he's 18. I know I'm going to keep saying that, but for what he's laying down and recording at 18 years old, like, the world is literally his oyster. Like, it's just going to grow and grow and make better songs. And, you know, watching him start his journey and being a part literally of the beginning of his recording catalog, you know, it's an honor for me. It inspires me to do different things and make beats. So for me, you know, I wish I could find 1,000 Afros. It would make me more excited to be in the studio all the time. You know what I'm saying? So,
My brothers and my sisters, learn the lesson. If you're hopeless, just remember you're a blessing to your loved ones. Peace. Yo, I'm Afro.
and I'm Marco Polo.
And you are watching Verse Behavior on WatchLoud.com.
Afro Polo out now.